I get it, you're scrolling through endless monitor listings, wondering if you'll end up spending a good chunk of cash on a screen that looks great on paper but ends up gathering dust because it doesn't really fit your workflow. The fear of buying the wrong thing is real, especially when you're juggling a home office, a gaming hobby, and maybe even a quick workout between Zoom calls. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to walk through exactly why this Samsung 32-inch 4K UHD Smart Monitor set could be the one that actually earns its price tag, or why it might be better to keep looking. First off, let's talk about the kind of setup most people are trying to create these days. You've got a laptop that's great for on the go, a desktop that's a beast for gaming or design work, and a living room that doubles as a casual gym space. What you need is a screen that can move with you, that can show crisp detail whether you're editing a spreadsheet or watching a 4K nature documentary, and that can do a little more than just sit on a desk. Samsung's 2-pack solution tries to hit all those notes by bundling the monitors with a dual-arm mounting system and a special edition DockStorm dock, which is basically a portable hub that gives you extra USB-C ports, a power delivery line, and a few extra connections without hunting for a spare power brick. If you're the type who spends half the day on video calls, the ergonomic arm is a genuine time saver. The arm lets you raise, lower, tilt, and swivel each screen independently, so you can line up a monitor at eye level while keeping the other at a more relaxed angle for reference material. In practice, I've seen people set up one panel as the primary work display and the second as a dedicated chat or email pane, no more craning your neck to glance at a tiny laptop screen. The arm feels sturdy enough to hold the 32-inch panels without wobble, but it's not so massive that it eats up floor space. That said, the arm does add a bit of complexity to the initial assembly. You'll need a decent drill or at least a screwdriver set, and the instructions assume a basic comfort level with mounting hardware. If you're not handy, you might want to budget a little extra for a professional install. Now, the 4K resolution on a 32-inch screen translates to a pixel density that makes text look razor-sharp and images feel lifelike. For a typical office worker, this means you can fit more rows of data in a spreadsheet without squinting, and you'll notice less eye fatigue during long editing sessions. The same clarity benefits gamers who enjoy story-driven titles or open-world exploration, where the extra detail adds immersion. However, if you're a competitive esports player who relies on ultra-high refresh rates, this monitor isn't built for that niche. Samsung's panel is tuned for general use, not for hitting 144 Hz or higher, so you'll get smooth performance but not the bleeding-edge responsiveness that pro gamers demand. One of the more surprising inclusions is the workout tracker built into the smart interface. Samsung has been pushing the idea that your monitor can double as a low-key fitness companion. When you switch to the workout mode, the screen can stream guided sessions, display heart rate data if you pair a compatible wearable, and even count representatives for bodyweight moves. I've seen it used in small apartments where a full-blown home gym isn't feasible. People line the monitor up opposite a yoga mat, roll a short video, and have the screen act as both a visual guide and a timer. If you already have a separate TV or tablet for that purpose, the feature may feel redundant, but for someone who wants to keep everything in one place, it's a neat, low-cost way to add a wellness layer to the workspace. The Gaming Hub is another software-driven addition that aggregates your game library, streaming services, and news feeds into a single dashboard. It's essentially a launchpad that can pull titles from Steam, Xbox Cloud Gaming, and even mobile games via Android emulation. For casual gamers who like to jump between a few titles without digging through desktop shortcuts, it saves a few clicks. The hub runs on the monitor's built-in Tizen OS, which means you don't need a separate PC to access those services. In real-world use, the hub works well for Netflix marathons or occasional indie gaming, but power users will quickly notice the lack of advanced customization options that a full Windows or Linux desktop provides. Connectivity is where the DockStorm dock shines. The dock plugs into the monitor's USB-C port and expands it to multiple USB-A ports, an Ethernet jack, and an extra HDMI output. This means you can hook a laptop, a desktop, a gaming console, and even a streaming stick all at once without swapping cables. For people who switch between a work laptop and a gaming console every evening, the dock eliminates the dreaded which cable goes where dance. The only downside.